Hi everyone. I was out walking around in the countryside and I was noticing that we're absolutely screwed. If we don't take on the collapse of nature, we are really in trouble. Like in Ireland in particular, it's the most nature depleted country in Europe. It is unbelievably wiped out, and particularly in the East Coast. And where I live in Wexford is just, it's a joke, My friend Claire was talking about being over and visiting her parents in England last week, and how she went for a walk in the local stream and she saw so many creatures. Like she saw deer, she saw otters, she saw all sorts of birds. There's nothing here. In my ark I have creatures, but they're clinging on in these tiny patches of rebellion against the system that's trying to kill everything on the planet. They're clinging on, and so the more of these patches there are, the more hope there is for them and for us, because we're completely intricately tied into the web of life. It's not like it's not like the films that you may have seen, where we all could survive on this planet in glass domes or something. I don't want to live like that. We live in the most beautiful shared planet, 8.7 million species, and we're one of them. What are we doing? We've traded our health for convenience. The industrial capitalism is taken as given for most environmental movements, but everything has to change. The natural world is basically told to conform to the system that we can't seem to imagine an end to, and the end to our current lifestyle seems impossible to most people. I do understand that. And, but we're only allowing changes that allow the current lifestyle to continue, electric cars are not a solution. They're built upon the pain and blood of people in terrible situations, and it's causing a genocide in the Congo. And I here I am talking about this on my phone. Every time you buy a new device, you're part of that problem. It's really hard to know what is going to wake people up. You'd wonder if we need to get ourselves into a lot more pain before we understand that it's up to us. The politicians are not going to help us. Let's be honest. They're caught in a web of their own making. They're either being paid off or being blackmailed, or else they just don't care. Because if they knew what was happening, and I know that they know, but they can't seem to do anything about it. They can't seem to take on the corporate colonizers that have infiltrated every level of our society, So what can one person do? Well, if you want to save the planet, start with your own patch of it, and grow your own food if you physically can, if you have enough land to do that. If you've half of it, give back to nature and restore nature plant communities. Sharing half of the planet with the 8.7 million estimated species that live here with us doesn't really sound like too much, does it? I don't think so. And in the other half, then grow your own food, use no dig, grow forest gardens, look at permaculture, look at all the solutions are out there. And if you've more than enough land in that half, then share that land with friends, neighbors, family members who don't have land to grow food, and build community around growing food. Simple stuff. Because every day that passes, it's getting worse. It's getting worse, and we're stripping the earth of her clothing of choice, and we're replacing it with pretty bloody plants. What is that about? What are we doing? The globalization of the plant industry, it's been a catastrophe for natural ecosystems, and it either must be far better regulated or ended outright. And this is not something that we have to negotiate. We can't negotiate with living on this planet or not. It's either choose. Which one do you choose? Do you choose to stay here and build back abundance, or Do you want to go and live on Mars with the lunatics? Like, I mean, off you go. Please, go quickly. But, you know, we might have full bellies at the moment, but our bellies are full of crap mixed with chemicals. And, you know, our hearts are hungry. You know, our souls are hungry. You know, we're missing our connection, our true connection with our true nature. And we're destroying our true nature in every patch of the planet that we surround ourselves by. And we have to restore both. So start with your patch of the planet. It's simple as that. Gardens are part of an old world, and we need to build a new one as quickly as possible. And we cannot wait for the solutions that make money for other people, because they are not solutions. We need to build the solutions locally. It's where all the solutions are. All the destruction is local to someone. And so all of the solutions are local to someone as well. We have to do this work, or else we don't get to stay here.